Hi, I'm Jason Rockman, and this is Straight Vodka. You're watching Bucketlist. It's water.
DMC made a song with Slaves on Dope? Yeah, man, and wait till you hear it.
I'm Sid from Bucketlist, here with Jason Rockman from Slaves on Dope, and probably your computer screen, TV screen, and radio speaker. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on?
How's it going?
I'm good, man. Good.
So, are you excited on the new album?
Super excited.
Yeah.
Super excited. I think it's the record that we've kind of always wanted to make. I think it just took Kevin and I 23 or 4 years to get to it. I'm proud of the work we put into it. I'm proud of all the people that we got to be involved with the record. You know, we got some really great names on the album, and I'm particularly proud of Kevin because Kevin's kind of like the mad scientist genius behind the scenes, orchestrating all this music and stuff together.
Right.
He's really talented. So just to see where he's come in production from the last record to this record. I mean, I thought our last record sounded good. When I got the final mastered version of this one, I was like, wow. So yeah, I'm really excited. It's a fun time, and it's weird. It's like we've been in this band for so long together that you get to a point where you're just happy to be doing it again.
Right.
And I never thought I would be sitting here 24 years later almost doing a new record and already planning the next one. So it's fun.
So you guys do already have plans for another record after this?
More than half of it's already written. So
wow.
Yeah.
Exclusive.
We're highly motivated. We were quiet for a while, but now we're just going to be in your face all the time.
That's awesome. And you guys, do you have a little more power for decision making for this new record? Like the last record you did independently, right? And now. Yeah,
we've always retained creative control in terms of songwriting.
Okay.
In terms of the music, we've always had 100% creative control. We've never really had a label that's told us, "Go do this, switch that." Anytime we've been in those kind of relationships over the years, we've always kind of broken away from them. So
okay.
Any label we've been involved with has always let us just kind of do our own thing, which is a blessing and a curse, because from a commercial point of view, it can be suicide because you don't, if you're, especially when you're young, you make mistakes.
Right, you don't have that person behind you kind of saying, no, maybe you shouldn't do that, maybe you should.
So it's kind of leap before you look.
Yeah.
But, no, we're pretty much in the driver's seat creatively. We're really lucky. We've partnered up with a great situation for us, which is ILS, Independent Label Services, and they provide the support that a band needs.
Right.
But at the same time, kind of let you manage your own project, but are there to kind of help you need.
Okay.
So far, knock on wood, it's been a great relationship.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So what's different now, writing and recording and releasing a record compared to like in the 90s and the early 2000s? What?
I think the desperation of having it be the only thing that you do.
Okay.
The situation we're in now, where we're both Kevin and I work, we both have great jobs that we do outside of the band that we're really passionate about, that still kind of have a foot in music. Kevin produces, and I work in radio and media, so I'm lucky to still kind of work on fringes of music in my day job.
Yeah.
So it definitely puts us in a situation where we can kind of lay back and go, all right, we're not 20 anymore. We don't need to be on the road for 250 shows a year like we used to. We can sit back and we can develop the music a bit more. We can do it on our own time, and we can put stuff out when we want it to come out. And that's how it's worked so far. And it's been great. It's been kind of the breather that we needed.
Yeah, for sure. It's always more comfortable to be able to make your own timeline and
and I mean, obviously we still have deadlines to respect, especially when we entered the relationship with ILS, because we've got people saying like, okay, well, we need this delivered by this time, and sometimes we work better when we have deadlines, because this record, we told people, I mean, the first interview we did with Bucketlist, when we did it with Eric, was, oh, we're gonna have this record out by the end of the year, and that was 2 years ago. So we debuted the first single, which isn't the first single anymore, but the first song on the album, Electric Kool-Aid, we debuted that at Rockfest, I think, 2 years ago. So we've had this record.
That show.
Yeah. So there you go.
So I've been waiting.
There you go. So you're not waiting. October 7th is the release date.
October 7th.
October 7th. It just got...
It was September 23rd.
Yes,
it was September 9th, and then it was September 23rd. Now it's October 7th.
Now it's October 7th, but it's really October 7th. Now.
It's really October 7th.
Yes.
Pinky swear.
Pinky swear.
So you have a lot of different collaborations on this record. Was that something that you knew you wanted to do beforehand, or...?
Honestly, it all happened really organically. It wasn't the kind of thing where we were saying, let's make a collaboration record. Not at all. We wrote all the songs. Everything was written before we even had any collaborations in mind. We had a couple of ideas that we wanted to try to do. We had one person in particular we really wanted on the record who wasn't available.
Okay.
And it's funny because when I look back, that person to Kevin and I meant a lot, but when you look at who we have on the record now, it's like, oh my God, like we far, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. We kind of far succeeded the level of popularity with the guests that we ended up
Right,
getting.
because you guys have some big names on the record.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like we had an idea for one collaboration with someone in particular who meant a lot to Kevin and I, and it didn't work out. And nothing against that person. It just, he was busy and he just couldn't do it. So we were kind of bummed, and then we said, forget collaborations. Like, let's just put the record out. And then things just started happening naturally and organically. And before you knew it, it was like, wow, look at the guests we have on this record.
Yeah, and not just big, but also like varied from a lot of different scenes, which is really cool.
And all very respected in their milieu. Like, you know, HR from Bad Brains, he's somebody that doesn't do a lot of stuff anymore because he doesn't have to. I mean, the guy's a legend. And the fact that he collaborated with us on our record was like mind-blowing.
Yeah.
The only thing that bothered me about that collaboration was that he recorded it in Philadelphia, and we weren't able to go into the studio and be there when he did it. Because that would have just been a great... and that birthed another collaboration that we did that's going to be coming out on something in October through Chuck D's label, which was really, really cool. So all these things kind of splintered off, so it's been fun. Like, you know, you got HR from the punk background, you've got Bill from Mastodon, who's, you know, they're one of the most respected metal bands out there right now, and I'm a huge fan of. And then you've got DMC, who is a hip-hop legend. And then you've got Lila Bomb from The Damn Truth, who are one of the bands that I've gotten behind from the beginning at Show'em as a DJ to support. So it's a really fun melting pot of collaborations.
Yeah, and it's nice that you could get that local flavor in there from The Damn Truth.
Oh, yeah, I mean, we had the song Codependency. We were sitting on that song for 6 years. Wow. We had tried it out with another singer. We had performed it with another singer, recorded it, and it just wasn't right. So we shelved it and we said, no, let's wait until we get the right person. And then we were, again, looking for somebody to do that song. And we just said, forget it. We'll just keep it off the record. And then I was with Lila one day and I said, would you want to sing on a song with us? She's like, I'd love to. Had her come into the studio, she banged it out, and I think she did it in 4 takes, and that was it.
That's really impressive.
So it was a great, it was a happy accident. All the collaborations on this record were happy accidents.
So now that you've done this and you have this record with so many collaborations, do you think it's something that you're going to shoot for future albums, to have at least one, to have...
I think so, and it's not because we want to be the collaboration band, but I think at this point, the clock's running on my life. I'm 40, but I'm 45, I'm going to be 46. If I'm lucky, I'll get 90 years. So I'm at the tipping point of life.
The halfway, just kind of like...
And at this point, man, I just want to work with people that I respect and that I look up to.
Yeah.
And we've already spoken to a couple of other people, just by happy accidents again, that have said, I'd love to do something with you. So we've got some interesting stuff lined up already for the next record. So I think we like that. And we've never been a band that's, you know, we've never really, on our records in the past, said, oh, let's do a cover to get more exposure.
Right.
We did a cover to help the guys in Eagles of Death Metal because we felt so bad about what happened in Paris.
Okay, yeah.
Before that, you know, we did a covers EP to screw around, but we never really... So we've never been that thing, well, let's do a cover and then let's do a collaboration with this person to get more popularity. But at this point, hey, I want to just create with cool people.
Right.
We can have some great people on the record. Let's do it.
And I guess after a while too, it kind of helps to keep the music fresh, to keep the writing fresh, as opposed to just the same group of guys over and over again.
Yeah, like some of the collaborations on this record involved people writing, and some of them they just popped in and were guests.
Right.
Like collaborating with Bill, like having Bill write a solo for a record. Like we just gave him the bars.
Okay.
It was originally supposed to be 8 bars. It was so good that we're like, can you extend that to 32 or 28? He did.
Nice.
And he went back and just, I mean, it was his solo on the record is just so amazing, and from the first note you know it's him.
Right.
You know
Yeah, they have a really distinct sound.
Especially him, and it was so weird to hear where he took the song versus where we would have taken it.
Right.
It was awesome.
That's really cool.
It's like my favorite thing to listen to on the record.
So would you say that's your favorite collaboration on the album right now, or maybe that's dangerous territory?
No, it's not dangerous. I mean, it's from a musical point of view, it's the only one that we did with another musician, like an instrument playing musician.
Right.
So yeah, it's my favorite. I like all of them for different reasons, but that's the one. I mean, that Interplanetary Mission's one of my favorite songs on the record, definitely.
Very awesome.
It's a very outside song. It's kind of got a stoner rock vibe, which I love.
Sweet.
So it's it's fun. And the video that we're gonna do for that song is just gonna be next level.
Cool.
Yeah.
You guys have a video coming out soon, right? Is it delayed?
No, I don't know when this is gonna air, but by the time this probably airs, it'll have debuted. But it's debuting today or tomorrow.
Okay.
Through Livewire.
And that one is featuring DMC, right?
That scriptwriter with DMC, and that we did with Catarone Films, who are a local production house here, who are unbelievable to work with. I mean, some of the best.
Cool. Can you tell me the story behind that song? What it's about? What went into the writing?
So yeah, DMC. DMC came into Montreal to do my radio show.
Right.
So he came in, and it was all thanks to Mitch LaFon, who's an old friend of the band's, and also a rock and roll journalist in the city. And he put us in touch with DMC. We got in touch with DMC. We went back and forth with some emails, and he found out we were in a band, that I was in a band as well. And he goes, "Oh, let me hear some of your music." Sent up some music. He loved the song. He's like, "Let me jump on that track when I'm in Montreal." I go, "Well, we have a studio. Why not?" So he came into town for a few days, did my radio show, did some press, and did the track.
Cool.
We also met with Comic-Con, because I'm really involved with Montreal and Ottawa Comic-Cons, and we said, since Daryl publishes comics, DMC, Daryl makes comics, we thought, why don't we get him to the Montreal Comic-Con? So he came in for Comic-Con, and that weekend he was here, we shot the video for Scriptwriter.
Awesome.
Which was fun. And we did half the video with him and then half the video after with the band.
Okay.
We didn't want to cram it all. We just wanted to make sure we got him while he was here. So that's kind of how that happened. Catarone Films were a great company to work with. I mean, they just had a great vision. They had a great, they worked with our concept, and they just made it that much better. So it was just an awesome experience.
That's awesome, man.
Although, one weird thing that happened while we were doing the video, we shot it at the Marriott at the airport.
Okay.
Because we wanted to get the feel of like the lights on the tarmac and just like kind of dreamy feeling. So we brought a smoke machine.
Okay.
And we pumped so much smoke into the hotel room that the entire alarm system in the hotel went off for 20 minutes. And if you can imagine an alarm going off, like, when an alarm goes off for a minute, it kills your ears. 20 minutes. And all I kept thinking, when I was lying there in the bed that we were shooting it, all I kept thinking was, DMC's going to walk out of here and tell us to go fuck ourselves. And he was above and beyond professional. And then after, when we were done the video, we went downstairs to have a bite to eat together with Eric, who's his manager, and we were laughing about it. And he said that was really funny. It's a story we're going to be able to tell for years.
That's amazing.
And that just shows you how cool the guy he is. Because anybody else would have just said, you know what?
But like the hotel staff were okay with that? They were like...
That was a weird, yeah. Thank you, Marriott Airport, Shorval, and thank you, Liz's mom, who works there, because they were super cool. Yeah, it was a bit touchy. I just those moments where you just want to crawl into your crawl into a hole, or I wanted just to go away.
I'm glad you guys survived that.
Yes, we did.
I have to ask, what is on your bucket list?
You know what, man? I've been crossing a lot of that shit off the last few years because I've been doing some really cool stuff. So
tipping point.
Yeah, exactly. Like right now, it's like kamikaze down. I'm gonna fuck you. I'm doing it. Fuck you.
You could be in the next Jackass if you wanted to. Like,
I've done so many things over the last few years that I think on my bucket list that I haven't done. I've never been to England, so going to the UK is a huge one for me. I'm a big fan of British music.
Right.
From all different decades, all different genres. So going to the UK is a big one on my bucket list. I'm doing something on my bucket list with my son next summer, which I've wanted to do for years is I'm going to San Diego Comic Con.
Awesome.
So I'm taking him, because hopefully, knock on wood again, I'll be 25 years sober next July.
Congratulations.
Well, don't congratulate me yet, because I could fuck all this up one night with one beer. But
right now, congratulations. Whatever you fuck up in the future, that's on you.
Hopefully not. But that's on my bucket list, is to go to San Diego Comic Con with my son. He's going to be turning 13, and I'm going to be 25 years sober, so that'll be a great experience for us to have.
So, as he enters into his angsty teenage years, are you going to start showing him more Slaves on Dope and just like, here, listen to this, this will help you?
It's funny, because he's come to a couple of our shows. He's seen us play at Heavy Montreal, and he thinks the collaboration with, he loves Daryl.
Right.
Like, he met Daryl, and he just loves Daryl. Like, he stole all my Run DMC shorts, stole my Run DMC Greatest Hits CD, and he's listening to it all the time. He loves Daryl. So I think in his eyes, we're kind of cool because we collaborated with Daryl.
Right.
My son's is a great kid, and he's not. My daughter is too. My son's really. He started high school, and I don't think he's been. I don't know if they make teenagers the way they used to, because they seem like, I remember when I was a teenager, I was horrible, and he's just great. Like,
yeah.
God bless whoever's watching over me, because I don't have a crappy teenager. And I don't think it'll come. So, yes, he's. I can't wait to be able to bring him on the road for some shows. And I'm hoping that'll happen.
Does he play any instruments?
No, he's a swimmer.
Okay.
He's a really good swimmer.
Can't do that on stage.
No.
With you yet.
He's a great artist, too. He's really. When Marco Rudy did our album cover, he was a big fan of Marco's for years, so he was really excited about that.
Okay.
And, yeah, so we'll see. I mean, I'd love to. I tried to get him to pick up the guitar. I got him rock band, all that stuff. Not interested. So
teach their own.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's okay.
So what's the story behind the title Horse?
Well, every title on the record is a drug reference.
Okay.
A drug slang. So if you look at Electric Kool-Aid, if you look at Health Food and Heroin, if you look at Disco Biscuit, Script Writer, they're all titles that have something to do with drug slang, drug culture. But none of the lyrics are none of the titles are in any of the song lyrics.
Okay.
So it's kind of a concept, and Horse obviously is the biggest. It was a real late 60s, early 70s slang for heroin.
Okay.
If you hear that in Sign of the Times, Prince, I think the line is last month it was my cousin tried reefer for the very first time. Now he's doing Horse. It's June.
Okay.
Maybe it's last September, I'm not too sure. But anyways.
Whichever month.
It was it's really always been a strong lyric. So we just like the sound of Horse.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So it's a concept album. It's got it.
It is a bit,
kind of.
It is a concept record in a way. Yeah, it is. It is. There's a lot of concept in it. It's quite progressive.
How would you compare this to when you were like? Do you prefer your recordings now, or what do you feel about your songs? Do you feel like they've matured? Do you feel like?
Yeah, they definitely have.
Yeah.
I think it's like anything. If you put your 10,000 hours in, you'll get better at something.
Right.
Hopefully you will. And I think we've just we've matured a bit. I think we know what, like, Kevin and I were in the States this past weekend, and we always room together when we're in hotels. Like, he's always my roommate. And we were up in the morning, I was looking through old stuff on YouTube, and I found some guy that had our old demos that had never been released. So we were listening to it, and I said, oh, leave it on, I haven't heard that in years. And we were listening to some old stuff, and we're like, really good, but why didn't we go there with the song? And why didn't we do this? It's just because you're learning, so you get better at it.
Right.
I'd like to think we've matured a bit.
Are you going to be doing a show at Turbo House?
Okay, so the album launch was supposed to be at Turbo House on the 24th of September. And because the album has been pushed to October 7th, we can't play an album launch for that album. So we're not doing the Turbo House show. And the day that we're putting out the album, we're going to be in Toronto playing.
Okay.
So can't really do an album launch in Montreal on the 7th when we're in Toronto. We started looking at it, and we already had a show that was booked for November 11th at Pitsy Cathy's.
Okay.
For their Thursday metal nights that they're doing in the fall. So that's going to be our Montreal show.
Cool.
Unfortunately, it won't be a free show, but I think the tickets are like $10.
Have you looked into like live streaming?
Yeah, we're hoping to partner with somebody and live stream a show. So Cool. Definitely. And I've talked to Sergio at Turbo House, and I apologize many times because we canceled twice for the launch. We were supposed to do it on the 9th or 10th, and they were supposed to do it on the 24th. And being a guy that comes from a band background, especially those guys that own that place, they understood. And I said, I definitely want to do something with them in 2017 in the new year. So
it's got to be right? You can't force anything. You can't.
No, but I love that room. It's my favorite room in the city.
It's nice.
I love that room, so I definitely want to play a show there. We're gonna do a show for people. We'll do a free one.
Cool. It's a very intimate space.
Yeah, and I like that. Though. I come from a background where I've seen bands in small clubs.
Right.
That's what I like.
It's like there's not really a stage, so the crowd is like in your face. Yeah.
That's a great venue.
So I guess you prefer that to playing. It's more personal than playing like a big festival stage or a big like.
Festivals are cool because you get that crowd reaction and that huge.
Yeah.
But I find whenever I'm at a festival, let's say traditionally we'll do like a 40-minute set. By the third, fourth song, I'm off the stage on the barricade singing the rest of this. Like I can't stand on the stage. Like I feel like too much like a douchebag on this big stage.
Like you come out and everyone's watching you be like, yeah, I'm rocking out.
Yeah, but I find I get myself. I want to be in the front. I love that.
Yeah.
I come from an old punk hardcore. Like that metal, like it's just being in somebody's face. Some of the best shows I've ever seen were small shows.
Really cathartic and really like
get right in there.
That vibe, yeah.
So I'm always when we play a festival. I'm usually at least for 2 or 3 songs I'm on the barricade.
Awesome.
So, and I'm not much of a stage diver, getting in the crowd and like, but I like being in people's faces. And we're really goofy when we play sometimes. Like,
yeah, you guys seem like really down to earth guys on stage too.
Yeah, it's funny because we played a festival recently in the States, and a lot of bands on there were they come on, they got their thing, they got their sampler and they've got their big intro and they've got their stage gear and the guy liner and the jeans and the hair, and that's cool, that's what they do. But I've never been like that. Like I wear a black t-shirt, shorts, usually some pretty fly sneakers. And that's what I do. I mean, that's me.
No guy liner for you.
No guy liner for me. No stage wear. No stage costume.
No skinny jeans.
No, I'll wear some. It depends. If it's cold out, I'll wear jeans. But if it's hot, I'm gonna wear shorts. And it just I just can't do that stuff. It doesn't work for me. I don't even want to say we've tried it, but we've been in the past in the band. There's been people in the band that. So, well, we should have a look, and well, you can go put your look on if you want. Yeah, it's not me. My look is me. And some people will say, well, it breaks the wall between spectator and musician. But
I mean, you're living proof that you can succeed just being you.
Yeah, I mean, listen, when I get out there, I'm a different guy compared to how I am talking to you. That's 100%. I could be a complete ass. I say a lot of stupid stuff I wouldn't say in real life. A lot of times people are like, wow, you're not even half of what you're like up there. I'm not. But that's enough. Like, I don't need to put on, fucking jean jacket with, douchey patch on it, like wings or whatever, hair like this, and tell you that I'm in a band. Like, I'm in a band. That's what I do.
Yeah. So do you want to plug the shirt, since you're on the topic of clothes and...
well, this is a Slaves on Dope it's SOD DMC. Slaves on Dope Daryl McDaniels. Or devastating mic controller, as he would say. He's smacking me right now for messing it up. So we did this collaboration song, obviously, and the guys at Push This, which is a Montreal t-shirt company, were nice enough to make like 9 of these for us that we gave to DMC and our band members. So that's why we have that SODMC shirt. But we're going to be doing more stuff with Daryl. We have 2 other songs that we did. We did one song, which is going to be on a Spencer Haywood compilation. Spencer Haywood is an NBA star, and there was a documentary done on his life that Chuck D narrated.
Yeah.
So we did a collaboration with DMC, with DJ Lord, and with HR, a song that's going to come out in October. And we're doing another collaboration with DMC and with Chuck D, and it's going to be on Daryl's album. So it's kind of like a trilogy of songs. Yeah.
It's really cool.
So it was the first time we ever played Scriptwriter Live. We played last weekend, and after we got off, Daryl's like, we got to do more shows together.
Yeah.
Just tell us when and where.
And the fan reaction must have been like...
Oh, when he came out on the stage, it was just like...
Yeah.
He's just like such a giant of a man. He just comes out and you're like...
People blow up.
That's really Bucketlist, thanks for the support, always. You guys are awesome.
Hi, Liz.